Hi, I'm Tom Peters. A lot of things have changed in the last few years, and we're doing a lot of things better than we used to do them. On the other hand, so is everybody else, and we are confronted with the phenomenon that I call the sea of sameness. Now we want to offer you some strategies for standing out from the pack, way out from the pack. It took me 5 years to hear this. I would talk to somebody. They could be a banker. They could be an insurer, they could be a computer maker, they could be a software maker, they could be a packaged goods company, they could be an automobile maker. And what they all seemed to be saying was, we have really worked like the dickens on the quality thing to an unprecedented degree, and while perfection has not been achieved, we're pleasantly surprised by how far we've gotten. We are not as far down the empowerment path as we would like to be, but we are miles and miles, if not tens and tens of miles past where we were in the past. We've shortened time to market dramatically. All of that's fabulous news. The bad news is, even though we're much better than we thought we would ever be 10 years ago, we're no better off than we were when we started because of the explosion of new products, new services, new competitors, and other people working on Six Sigma, et cetera, et cetera. And so we are, despite increased excellence in what we do, watching our products and services become a commodity. And therein lies the problem. Paul Goldberger, chief culture correspondent for the New York Times, writing in a special issue of the Sunday Times Magazine on retailing, wrote the cover story called The Sameness of Things. While everything may be better, it is also increasingly the same. And his point of attack in particular was on the Benettons, the J. Crews, the Williams-Sonomas, the Banana Republics, the AX Armani exchanges, and so on. Try this next slide. I can't imagine anything worse being said about one's company by one's CEO. Carly Fiorina, Chief Executive Officer, Hewlett-Packard. We make over 3 new product announcements a day. Can you remember them? Our customers can't. Now again, what interests me about that is it doesn't come from Joe and Mary of Joe and Mary's Chop Shop. It comes from a company that A, is excellent at virtually all it does, B, has worked successfully on the quality thing, C, has dramatically, like 80%, shortened time to product with new products, and yet at the end of all that, what can we say? We have achieved a distinct level of unmemorability, and therein lies the issue. Kel Nordstrom and Jonas Ridderstrail, 2 Swedish strategy professors, writing in a wonderful little book called Funky Business, say the surplus society has a surplus of similar companies employing similar people with similar educational backgrounds, coming up with similar ideas, producing similar things with similar prices and similar quality. Jesper Kunde, Danish marketing phenom, takes on yet another sacred cow and says companies have defined so much best practice that they are now more or less identical. My own summary for all this is a phenomenon that I call the 10x phenomenon. 10 times better, 10 times less different. 16 years ago in 1985, my stepdaughter had her 16th birthday, which is driving age in the great state of California. Being a garden variety parent as shirker, that is sick and tired of chauffeuring duty, I bought her a new car on her birth picosecond. It was 1985, and the way that I made my decision was to go to the white pages, look under H for Honda, find the one that was closest, go there, sign a check for $10,000 and come home with a Honda Accord. It is now 16 years later. There is no question in my or any other sane person's mind that the Honda Accord of 2001 is infinitely better than the Honda Accord of 1985, comma, but if I were making the decision today in a similar situation, heaven alone knows what I would choose, because there are at least a half a dozen, if not a dozen, excellent entrants in precisely that niche. And so too it goes in virtually any arena you can name. So therefore, we will talk about strategies to deal with this. The web is so critically important in dealing with this sameness trap, sameness issue, sea of sameness, because the web is really not about a better customer relationship. It's about an entire different way of human beings working together to get something done. I really believe with this e-commerce stuff, there are two positions, on the bus or off the bus. There is no such thing as 1 foot on and 1 foot off. You either buy the act, you totally transform the institution of which you are a part, or stay away from it to some extent. Cisco gives us another key piece of this puzzle. Their secret is not inexpensiveness. Their secret is, oddly enough, to a significant degree, community. This is also the Dell case. This is also the Amazon case and many other cases. It started, as it did for Dell and for Amazon, innocently. Let's have some simple chat rooms so our customer engineers can have a chat with one another. Those chat rooms graduated into full-scale collaborative design centers. One, albeit this is difficult to measure, but Cisco estimates that they get $1 billion worth of free consulting as a result of the amount of interchange between their customer engineers, and the only cost to them is management of the site. And as of about